Right, so let's move this away from the riots and possibly move it into movies. And if we would care to see the alternate and possible better cut of David Ayer's Suicide Squad.
It's David Ayer.
Ayers, whatever.
It's Ayer. Let's not insult the man. Let's not mispronounce his name. Because we're uneducated in the subject.
Uneducated.
Name.
I'll pronounce it whatever way I want. Freedom of speech. But yeah.
I get prosecuted for that.
I could do, but who cares? I don't. So
Speaking of not caring, that's exactly how I feel about this cut.
About what cut?
What do you say?
Oh, about the cut, about the Suicide Squad cut.
I agree. If that's what Nathan's saying, I agree.
Mark, I want to educate you. Like, did you know that Warner Brothers massacred Suicide Squad so badly that they brought in a trailer company to edit the movie?
I'm sure they did.
Yeah,
but I'm sure they did. They've done that with nearly every film. I know that, and
they haven't.
I think they have. They've done that.
They haven't.
They did that with Justice League. Yeah, they butchered that by editing.
No, that was just Joss Whedon.
Yeah, but they brought in someone else to edit and chop it up and redo it halfway through. That wasn't the original director, and it was.
Yeah, but there's like that. There's a difference there because there's one is a trailer editing company, which is a completely different technique of editing. Like a trailer editing company do not know how to do a proper film cut. It's a trailer company.
I get that.
It's very, very obvious because watching Suicide Squad, it feels like you're watching a music video at times. Which is,
I get that, but also my main issues with Suicide Squad weren't with the editing; they're mostly with the performances and the writing. And yes, the editing was shit, but it just fell in with all the shitness. If people are going to say that this, like Jared Leto's take on the fucking Joker, is shit.
I didn't mind his take. I honestly didn't.
Honestly, like I'll put this example.
Dive off a tower. To be honest,
you could watch 5 seconds of Heath Ledger's Joker and tell he's absolutely fucking brilliant at it.
Oh yeah, I agree. Like Heath Ledger, by far the best Joker.
So by using that same thing, from the 5 seconds I've seen of Jared Leto's take of the Joker, I thought it was fucking awful. And
yeah, but that's the thing. Because David Ayer, he said he made a full drama, and the way Warner Brothers chopped it up, they turned it into a comedy. So, but the kind of the Joker we're seeing is a completely different tone of Joker put into a movie that is in a different tone to which he's supposed to be in. So we're seeing an out of context Joker, out of context Joker, a Joker out of the context, it just really, it's so chopped up and weird and so off tone that it affected Jared Leto's Joker.
If you listen to my point, my problem was with the acting, the way he was, the writing of like his scenes, like even like on their own. Like I've watched them on his own to go, like, is this good or bad? And it's like watching it in isolation from the rest of it, it's just fucking terrible. It's really, really bad. It's just not good. And seeing any more of that, I highly doubt will change my disposition on that point. That movie was terrible, but I will argue that Margot Robbie is fucking fantastic as Harley Quinn and a great casting.
Oh, yeah.
But I will also argue that Jared
her solo movie wasn't so great, but yeah.
Solo movie, like, it's a shame she's gone. Like, it's horrible. It's the same with Cavill. Like, other than the first Superman film, which was like a Man of Steel, like I don't know what anyone else thinks about it, but I thought it was fantastic. But everything else since then, like perfect
Man
casting.
of Steel.
Yeah, perfect casting, but like, terrible writing.
I watched it recently, and I have to agree, it's pretty decent.
Yeah.
To be honest, there's a few flaws. There's a few flaws, but it's just like seeing Henry Cavill as a Superman. It's like if I was a woman, I'd be creaming my panties right now. But I'm not. Yeah. But it's like I'm still a guy and I'm still creaming my panties. And it's like if they cast anybody else as Superman, I don't think I'll watch it.
Yeah, I would
And I'm
agree
being honest,
I'll watch it, but I just won't be as satisfied watching it.
no, I won't give them the satisfaction of giving them my money to watch it. I won't. I feel like this generation deserves Henry Cavill as Superman until he's fucking grown out of it, which he hasn't.
And that's the thing.
Which he hasn't.
We're getting him.
That's good.
It's confirmed. We're getting more Superman.
That's
he's
good.
Gonna show up in a cameo, and he's rumored to be starring in a sequel directed by. Hear this now.
Schneider.
J.J. Abrams.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Director of Rise of Skywalker. Director.
Okay.
He's the dude that revived Star Wars. He's the dude that revived Star Trek. He's the dude that revived Mission Impossible.
The dude that put down Star Wars.
Yeah, I was gonna
Wait.
say,
Have they said that it's gonna be like Man of Steel 2?
No, it's not confirmed. It's just a rumor that like JJ has been in talks to do the Man of Steel sequel, because like it was said years ago that he was working on a script with a bunch of other people, so it does line up with things from the past that he would direct it. But it's a rumor, so don't take it and take it as a grain of salt. But yeah,
it's like
it
already
might.
Star Wars. Let me ruin some Superman as well.
Right.
Forget how he landed the Star Wars train or the Star Wars plane. He revived Star Wars. He brought it back. He made The Force Awakens the most popular Star Wars has ever been, the most money it's ever made.
It's like resurrecting being a fucking.
He's brought Star Trek back, and that was fantastic. That first Star Trek movie was fantastic, in my opinion.
Never watched
Mission Impossible 3 movie he did.
It wasn't Star Trek.
Fantastic.
It wasn't Star Trek though.
It wasn't really Star Trek.
It wasn't Star Trek.
Right. But the thing here is
cool,
the thing.
whatever it was.
Right. But the thing here is right. The thing here.
I would have been into it.
The thing here is that the first Man of Steel isn't Man of Steel. So the only thing he can do is go opposite to that, which could possibly make it Man of Steel. Do you know what I mean? Because some people would argue that Man of Steel wasn't that good, the first one, that he could then turn that one around to actually be Man of Steel. Because what I'm hearing from you guys is that he flipped Star Wars, that it wasn't actually Star Wars, or that it wasn't actually Star Trek. Sorry, not Star Wars, Star Trek. When Alex was like, yeah, but it wasn't Star Trek. Yeah, but Alex
was like, Star Trek. They just refused to believe it. It's their own personal opinion.
Like they're saying like it's not actually Star Trek. So what I'm hearing is like, because from a lot of people are saying like,
I didn't like Star Trek until J.J. Abrams' version. So.
What I mean is like, a lot of people think that Man of Steel isn't actually Superman. Man of Steel, like a proper Superman film, because people are like, he's not all like, I've got to do this for America, save everybody's life. Like, do you know what I mean? Whereas like he's a lot more, just fling somebody across the fucking, like across the country or whatever, not like caring about a lot of things and stuff like that. I would disagree that the first Man of Steel is a building of the character movie. It's not he's gonna be the perfect Superman from the very beginning.
Like he's starting off. He's finding out who he is, because he's just discovered that he's got this father, and he's got this suit. Like this all happens in a period of like 2 days. It's just like he's not just gonna put on this suit and be. Yeah. I am so patriotic right now. I'm going to be America's idol. I'm going to be so innocent. Yeah. Like he's going to have a lot of struggles. He's even though he's not human.
He's not going to be in Captain America's level.
He was raised by humans. So
he's not going to be. My point is he's not going to be in Captain America's level because of the fact that he's doing this within a week or two. Like where Captain America's doing this over the course of years. Like years. You know, with being frozen and waking up.
Systemic racism.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like people's biggest gripe with Man of Steel, there's two big things in Man of Steel that people just don't like. Maybe three. The one being the very preventable death of his father, which could have been prevented, but his father didn't want him to do that, and he would have been like, there was a bunch of ground laid up to that moment so that Clark wouldn't go and save him. So there was a bunch of things before that if you were paying attention, you would have realized why he didn't go save his father, because his father put up his hand, and that goes back to everything that was said previously in the movie. So pay more attention if you didn't get that bit.
But see, the argument. Wait, Aaron. The argument. Sorry to interrupt, but the argument again that is that a guy comes to Earth, he's there for 2 minutes, and then Clark already changes.
Huh?
My point is that a guy comes to Earth.
Yeah.
And Clark changes within 2 minutes and starts using his powers. That's my only argument with the movie, is that he spends years and years and years.
No, he didn't start using his powers. At the very start of Man of Steel, he saves a bunch of people in an oil rig.
No. But what I'm saying is, for years and years and years, he has not used his powers because his dad told him if the world ever found out, they would try kill him, whatever the fuck, right?
The world wasn't ready for it yet.
Yeah. And all it takes is that 2-minute clip of some guy from a spaceship saying, "Give us this man," and then that's it. Boom. Next clip is him floating in front of the military. Like, what I'm trying to get at is the story should have been planned a lot better, to the point where it was believable for him to just turn back on his word on his father about using his powers and stuff like that than it was. Like, so for a good half an hour of the movie, it was the whole thing of like, the father doesn't want him using his powers, like, don't use them, the world's not ready for it, blah 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 blah. It takes him 5 minutes before he's using his powers in a suit and fucking floating in front of the military. That doesn't work with people.
Did he float in front of the military before or after Zod showed up?
Just after.
So it was already done.
Right, but it was 5 minutes. Right, but it was 5 minutes in the movie, which is what I'm saying. Like, it's the pacing of the movie was off. If anything, they should have, in the start of the movie, they should have had him like gradually using his powers and gradually being noticed by people. Right, I understand that. What did he do? He fucking melted snow to get to a ship that was dug like 30,000, not 30,000 kilometers, but 30,000 meters under the fucking snow, and then a reporter. No, and then a reporter fucking followed him. Yes, but he wasn't actually doing anything out in the public. Do you know what I mean? He saved people on an oil rig on a ship, but no.
A bunch of people burning.
He was on a ship that was out there doing that. Like, they were fishing and shit, and they just heard that. He wasn't flying around the fucking earth, like, trying to save people, which is my point. Like, he showed up in front of the military wearing his suit as if he's been doing this for years, when he hasn't.
I don't agree with
that. No, but that, what I'm saying is, I understand where people are coming from with the way the movie was kind of, like, the time of the movie was kind of like off. That if anything, they should have spent fuck all time showing him not using his powers, and why not? Because it took in Spider-Man, it took like Uncle Ben saying, with great power comes great responsibility. That was it. The guy, fucking Spider-Man, Peter Parker, goes and uses his powers in a fucking ring fighting somebody, and then spends every bit after that time using his powers to like fight crime and stuff like that. Whereas in Man of Steel, they done completely opposite. It was like a half an hour of his uncle, or not his uncle, his father telling him not to use his powers, and 5 minutes of him fucking oh yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm Superman. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't feel right to the viewer, I think, and I think that's where the issue was. I don't think the issue was in like any CGI or like any little shit like that. I think it was mainly to do with the pacing of the movie. That's my opinion.
Well, no, well, fair enough. Fair enough. Like I don't see it. For me, it felt like a natural progression, but I can see where you're coming from. But yeah, there was that.
Yeah. So back to the Suicide Squad.
But the Suicide Squad cut, I really like it because from what I've heard, there was a lot of things cut, especially of Jared Leto's Joker. A lot of stuff cut there, and apparently it was a completely different genre of the film, it being a drama, and there was a bunch of reshoots that changed a bunch of shots, and apparently there was a bunch of scenes that were acted a lot better, and it's just like there's a lot of stuff that I'd like to see from that Ayer cut if it's done, and if everybody's as loud as they were about this cut as they were about the Snyder cut, I think we'll get it. I definitely think we'll get it.
I mean, only time will tell.
Yeah,
only time will tell.
I think the movie might be different, but I think Jared Leto's take on the Joker will remain exactly the same.
Alex, where'd you go?
Yeah, Alex has disappeared. He felt so excluded from the conversation, he in fact turned off his camera. Why is that? Do you feel left out, Alex? Do you have anything to add to this conversation? Have you seen Suicide Squad? Would you like to see a different cut in which it will be more serious, more dark, more dramatized, less funny?
Great chat. So